say anything now?
Sure.
Theron was my fourth child, and he was always a go-getter. Make money was his main object and everything he wanted to do. And we used to help him out when we could. We bottled up honey, quart jars, and used to go out and peddle them from house to house. A lot of people bought it because they said he was so darn cute and they liked his eyes and honesty. So he sold honey right and left, peddle it out quart jars. He'd take a wagon and go out and sell it. And he was when his mother was killed, while he was at the store when it happened. He saw the guy rode away on a bicycle, and he run in there and found that she'd been shot. So he was taken to the hospital. She only lasted about 4 hours and passed away. But Theron was right there when that all happened. And he knows all about the circumstances. Sure, just about broke the whole family up when that happened. My first wife, Theron was the fourth child, and he always was good at making money, and he'd help around home when he could and everything else. And Alfred Reynolds left, and Frank left, why Theron stuck around.
No, he didn't, Dad. He was in the Air Force.
He went to the Air Force too, and then he come back after being in the Air Force. He came back. We sure enjoyed him very much around the home.
Okay. Now I want to say, hi, Theron, and happy birthday. Oh. Hi, Theron. Happy birthday, son. We love you, and I want to tell you about an incident. I found a paper once a long, long time ago, years and years ago. I found a little scrap of paper. It was written by you. You wrote out a note to some kid. He was borrowing a nickel, and he had to pay interest on that nickel when he paid you back. I had a lot of good laughs over that. No, I don't know how much he paid back. I don't know when he paid it back. All I know is I found that scrap of paper that had that note.
It was a note.
Yeah, it was a note for a nickel, promising to pay back the nickel with interest. Oh, that was something else. That shows there's business mind, right? Okay, I had to tell that. That's one of my favorite stories about Theron. Also, Theron could sell anything. I think he could sell refrigerators to Eskimos up there, in Alaska. He could sell anything. He sold stuff from the time. I don't remember what you guys were doing at Ryman that time, down there at Ryman's on 4th West. You and Frank and Alfred, I think Alfred too, went down to Ryman's to work all the time. You'd sell stuff. I think it was rhubarb.
Rhubarb, yeah.
You sold for Ryman down there on 4th West. You guys would go out and sell that. You name it, you sold it. I think you sold about everything there is. When you get good deals, you bring them around here and let me in on them, okay? Well, I don't really know too much about Theron. He was 9 years old when I knew him, when I first met him. When I first met him, all I could think of was his eyes. Everybody knows his eyes. Great big long eyelashes and big blue eyes.
Another thing about Theron, he was a great singer. And he'd take the lead in songs and everything else in the tabernacle. He used to stand there in the front to sing. And he'd have the leading part. But his voice changed, why he wasn't quite as good a singer as this. But I wish I had some recordings of him when he was young. One time he took the leading part in Prophet Joseph, and he was the leading character, and he sang the most beautiful. He had the most beautiful voice when he was young. And another thing, too. One time, Ella, his mother, she had a program all fixed up to be on the program to sing a song. I pick any.
I don't know, Dad.
Picking any
Pickaninny baby?
Baby, yes. And she had him she was all blacked up, and he was all blacked up, and she stood before the audience and sang that song, and he just laughed, and he'd throw his hands around, and he enjoyed it as much as she did. And he'd make the audience laugh, and then they had him come back 3 or 4 times for encore, and he just tickled himself to death. He waved his hands around. He was a little child, very small child at that time, and he was all blacked up, and boy, he just laughed, and everybody, that song went over just great. And Theron participated in just as well as his mother. I remember that real well.
I want to tell one about his singing too, you know? Okay? Yeah. One time he sang a song in the tabernacle, and I heard 2 ladies talking in front of me. One lady said, "That little boy sings just like an angel." She said, "He's got a voice just like an angel." And he did. He had a beautiful soprano voice. Boy, I'm puffed all up, you know. I wanted to tell her that was my boy, but she was too far away for me to get to her. But I thought that was pretty neat. Too bad, Theron, we didn't have recorders then.
Oh, where was Theron born at?
Hmm?
Where was he born at? What city?
Where was Theron born,
Salt
Dad?
Lake City.
No, he wasn't.
Where was he born?
He was still born in Idaho. Ruth was the first one born here in Salt Lake.
Oh, I guess he was
Boise?
born in Idaho.
Was it Boise or Emmett?
Emmett.
You sure it was
I don't know. It might have been Boise. I don't remember. You had to look on his certificate to find out.
He live. I think it was in Boise because he moved from Boise when he came to Salt Lake.
Was it Grace? Was it
No. They lived in Emmett, and they also lived in Boise.
Emmett? Yeah, he was born in Emmett. That's right.
Was he born in Emmett?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
We had a
That was before my time.
we had a midwife.
You know.
She took care of him. She done a good job of him when he was born. There were some pretty hard times at that time, but we pulled through. And then Naomi, after Al was killed, Naomi, we I got married.
Huh?
No. And he knew, Naomi was Louise's sister, knew him very well. She sure thought a lot of Theron.
Well, he's going to get her on tape. You don't have to tell about that.
No.
What brought you guys to Salt Lake? How did he?
Well, we moved. We wanted to come to Salt Lake to live, and we moved down out of Boise. And we had a trailer behind a Buick car we had at that time, and we moved all of our stuff down here. And then we bought the place over on Fourth West.
Wait a minute. Tell them what you moved it on. A great big old flatbed trailer.
Great big old flatbed trailer, and we moved it on everything on that, and we bought that place over on 3490 South Fourth West. Then we had a chance after that. Actually, that's why we sold that place and bought this place, 3460 South 9th East, here and helped us in the moving and everything else.
And how old was Theron then? Let's see what we've been here since 44.
A lot of it.
We've been here since 44, so that means it's been 38 years ago. 38 years ago that we moved here, since we moved here last September. 38 years ago in September. Oh, wow. That's a long time in one house.
Well, how was Theron in school? Do you remember?
Theron was good in school, you know? He was. He was good in school.
Good and smart in school. Good in arithmetic.
Whatever he wanted to be good in, you know? And, oh, here's another thing about him. He used to play Zorro, okay? He used to play Zorro, and when he took a bath, he'd play in the tub. Nobody could get in the bathroom for hours because he was playing Zorro in there. Man, all the things that Zorro did, you know, it was so funny. And he talked in his sleep.
Still does, I
Say,
think.
oh, I don't know if he does. Does he
Yeah,
now?
He does.
Yeah, well, he talked in his sleep a lot. He's the only one I remember talked in his sleep. And one night, he was laughing his head off, in the middle of the night. And I thought, what is going on, And he said, get that in there. Move that coal in there. Faster, faster. Get that coal in there. Faster, faster. It's so funny. I told him about it in the morning. He was dreaming about filling the coal bin, here in the house. Move that coal in there. Faster, faster. Oh, it was funny. He said a lot of funny things. I don't remember them anymore. But he loves to joke. Theron's our clown now. Theron and Judd and Kevin likes to tell jokes to her. I think something else too. But Dad calls Theron Kevin half the time, And he calls Kevin Theron. So, oh, it's crazy. Doesn't your dad do that? Doesn't Theron do that with his kids?
Yeah, he does.
Yeah.
Anything else you can remember out of your top of your head?
I don't remember anything else.
No,
A lot of things he did, of course. Everyday life, everybody does. You can't remember everything in detail.
Right.
No, but then there's some, just a few funny things like that thrown out there.
Right, that is funny.
When we got the theater out there, why, he was one of my projectionists.
And Theron was a
very good projectionist. He run the machines, just do a good job. He bought the theater one time, was going to take it and run, but he finally gave it up.
That's right. He ran the theater for a while.
And he had to give it up because it wasn't. I don't think it was big enough for him. He had to do things in a bigger way than that. So he quit the theater. He run the machines up there all the time for me. It's like Alfred, Frank, and all
the way down the line.
Down the line, Louise even run the machines. But Theron did a bang-up job of running on the machines. He was a real projectionist.
Okay, is there anything in the not so far future or past that you can remember, just maybe a few years ago, or?
We don't see much of Theron anymore.
You don't see him very often. He comes and sees me once in a while. He steps in and sees us. He don't stay very long as a rule because he's really on the go all the time.
But I do remember one day, though, when Theron came. Remember, Dad? Theron came and took me to dinner, to lunch. And we had a nice little visit. Oh, I thoroughly enjoyed that. I really enjoyed that. Took me to lunch about a year or two ago. And that was real nice. We sat and talked about the past and everything for, I don't know, over an hour. Guess the waitress thought we would never leave. Never going to leave. Hey, Theron, you want a job? You want to come run the projectors? I need a good projectionist, a good one.
Oh, what do you think of Theron nowadays? Now that
well, I think he's done very well. I think Theron's done very well. You've done real good, Theron. We're proud of you. You've really made a success of what you went after, and your TP enterprises became a reality. You used to mark it all down and draw TP and everything. You had it all figured out years before you forgot.
He was a little child. He used TP for his selling honey and stuff like that. He used TP for his company. Imagine there was a company and all. He used TP, and he stayed with that TP ever since. He uses that all the time, and he's always advertising and all of his business dealings. And that was all started out when he was a little bit of a hardly able to walk much. Went out and sold honey and stuff like that. He made up that TP.
Dad, what else did he sell? He sold everything. Didn't he sell flower seeds and stuff?
Yeah,
too?
flower seeds and different things, birthday cards and everything he'd get his hands on, he would be selling.
Well, I guess that's
Okay.
I imagine there'll be things come too after I left here that he did that will come to me, but that's the main things that I stood out in his life to me.
Okay. Well, did he date much as a teenager?
Oh, Theron had a little black book with a whole bunch of numbers in it. He had to throw that away when he got married. I guess he threw it away, or maybe he put it in a little black box someplace. He's got it hidden somewhere, but he really had a book full of numbers, let me tell you. Well, he was such a good-looking guy, you know, that he didn't have any problems.
Yeah,
getting dates,
he met up with Jean, and then he got married. And after he got married, why, he believed it.
Huh?
Anything about their marriage.
No, I don't think you better say anything about that. Who knows who's going to get hold of that tape, you know?
Better not say anything about that, I guess.
Okay. Is there anything about dating my mom that you remember that?
Well, I don't remember much about that, you know,
He was
because...
up at the hotel when that happened. Wasn't he, Louise?
No, he was not. He was in the Air Force, gosh.
When he dated his mother, Jean.
Yeah, he dated Jean. He dated a lot of other girls, too, you know. But,
When he come back, he did that,
it
didn't
was...
he?
No, heck no. He married Jean while he was in the Air Force, didn't he? I think he was still in the Air Force when he got
I
married.
don't remember whether he married her when I was in or when he come back, or what.
See, it's been so many years ago now. Wait a minute. He got married when, heck, let's see, David is a year younger than Deanna. He got married when I was pregnant with Deanna. Didn't he, what month did he get married? June, didn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah. And Deanna was born in August, see. He got married in 1953. So he'll be married 30 years this year. Yeah.
And he.
And then David was born in July of the next year, see. He's a year younger than Deanna. That's how I can keep track of Theron, because I have to always associate dates with things that I'm real familiar with. And then the next year, did Alfred get married? No, Alfred got married the year before. The year before Theron. Because Georgine is just a month younger than Deanna. So, yeah, he got married a year before your dad. Anyway, see, you gotta stop and think about these things. You get all confused and mixed up about the dates, you know? It's easy to get mixed up. And it's amazing how much you forget about, you know?
Yep, it is. That's why I wanted to film it all now, so it's.
Jean's his mother.
Sure, Jean's his mother.
Jean's your mother.
Yeah.
For one thing after another, one each child after child born to Jean and Theron.
She has 6, Dad. 6 children. How old is Theron?
Dusty.
Dusty now. Isn't he 13?
I think so.
Or
Yeah.
14.
Something like that. I forget.
Oh,
Changes.
you forget, my goodness.
It changes
He's
every
13
year.
or 14. Yeah, it does change every year. I think they just turned 14.
Yeah.
Dusty and Darren. Yeah. I think they just turned 14.
All right, I guess I'm ready to close up. If you want to just.
Okay. we just
Well,
wanna-
goodbye, Theron. Many more birthdays to come. I hope you'll enjoy them all.
Let's see.
Remember, we still love you and we'll do what we can to help you.
How old is he this year? Let's see, Frank is...
A little louder.
I'm trying to figure, Dad, how old Theron is. Is he 50?
No, I think he's older. 51 or
No,
52.
wait a minute. Frank was born in 1930, so he was 50 in 1980. So Theron's going to be 51.
Okay.
51. Or 52. Wait a minute. No, 51 because Frank will be 53 in May. So he'll be 51. Happy 51st birthday, son.
When you're ready to. Okay.
Could you want to talk?
You can tell Theron that that is the wedding picture of his mother and father. And I'd have to look in the genealogy book to see the wedding date. But it was June the 4th, I don't remember the year. Okay, I'm Virginia Coons, and I'm Virginia Pollard Coons, the oldest child in the Pollard family. I was born in the year 1921, so as a result, I remember all my brothers and sisters, their birthdays, the place of their births, and their entire life, all the little things that were funny and important and sad. I especially remember Theron because I was getting older when he was born. I was around 10 or 11 years old. Theron was born in Emmett, Idaho, and he was born on February 5th. I don't remember the year, but he has a record of that. He was born in a little house on the south side of Emmett, Idaho. And I remember the day very well. My brothers and sisters, no, I didn't have any sisters then. I had 2 other brothers before Theron was born. We were taken down to the neighbor's house to stay during the day while my mother was getting prepared for the big event, Theron's birth. And we stayed there throughout the day, and then when they finally brought us home, I was very thrilled and delighted when I walked in my mother's bedroom, and there she had a beautiful new baby boy. And I mean, Theron was really a beautiful baby. He was very attractive as a newborn. When I walked in the bedroom, our grandmother was holding him, and our mother was very happy that the event was over and that she had another little son. And from the very start, Theron was a very special little boy. As he grew up and got older in that little house where he was born, he showed all appearance of being very handsome. He had curly hair and dark brown eyes and a very radiant personality. He was very energetic, and he was a lot of fun in our family. Certainly enjoyed him. We lived in that house for a while. Mother and Father were involved in church work. Father was the director of the chorus there, the choir, and Mother sang in the choir. She had a beautiful singing voice, and so she did a lot of solos in the church, in the community, and sometimes even over the radio with a trio of sisters. So I feel that Theron inherited his singing voice and some of his acting talents from our mother, because she was outgoing and she had a lot of ability to act. And so Theron kind of inherited this ability to get before the public and do these kind of things. The first time he was ever brought before the public, I have told him this story numerous times, so it's not new to him. My mother wanted to do a solo for the Relief Society. She was asked to do an entertainment number for the birthday of the Relief Society. And it was going to be for the entire ward, husbands, children, mothers, everyone. So she decided to do a number in which she was going to dress up like a Negro mammy and sing to her little baby son, that she was going to dress him up like a little pickaninny. And with his beautiful curly hair, he was all blacked up, he did the part very well. She got up and sang Kentucky Babe with him in her arms. And she made such a hit that they called her back for an encore. And so she sang the number Mighty Like a Rose. She sang this to her little son. And Theron acted like he was enjoying every minute of it in front of this big crowd. And they had such a good time up there on the stage, and they were so relaxed and did the number so well that they were called back for another encore. And my mother had only prepared 2 numbers. So she grabbed a stool and set Theron on the stool, and then they drew the curtains back just long enough to show him. And Mother and Theron got a standing ovation, and that was Theron's first public appearance, and he thoroughly enjoyed it. So from that moment on, he liked to be before the public, entertaining and performing, and I believe that was the start of his career. And he has followed very well through his life and this career of singing and entertaining the public. He has a lot of talent. I've always been proud of the talent he has. Well, Theron, you were one of 3 brothers in the early days of your life, and then you became one of 8 children. And I remember a lot of the things you and your brothers did together, You were always roaming around the fields and running around. You had a dog, and you were always fighting and arguing and going places together, and I guess it was fun being one of three brothers. But one big event in your life that I think you'd like to hear about is when we moved from Emmett, Idaho to Salt Lake, which was one of the biggest events in our life, because we had to go over rough roads that were dirt roads, and our father got a big trailer house to put all of our belongings in, and he pulled it behind the car. And all the way to Salt Lake, we had many breakdowns because he had flat tires, car trouble. We even had to spend the night out on the desert because Dad had to hitchhike into town to get a new part for the car that had broke down. So there we all were, parked out there in the middle of the desert with all our belongings and all of the children. And so our mother made a big fire out on the desert to keep us warm all night and to keep animals away, to keep us feeling comfortable until our father could get back to get us started again. That trip took us several days, and we thought we'd never make it. And so it was just almost like a pioneer trip across the plains. But we finally made it to our new home on 4th West in Salt Lake City, Utah, where our dad was going to become a McNess salesman here in Salt Lake. And that's where you spent most of your life, on 4th West in Salt Lake City, Utah. And there you roamed around through the fields with your brothers, and we had a big acreage of ground there, and you played all day long with your brothers out in the fields, riding the pigs, milking the cows, playing all around in the neighborhood there. At that house, that's where you began your school life. You started going to school at the age of 5 or 6, and you were always intelligent in school. I used to be the one that would go down and talk to your teachers to see how I could help you, to see how you were doing and help you make improvements. And I was always proud of the reports I got from your teacher because you were a good student and a good boy, and there was never any complaints about you. One thing, all your life, you were always busy trying to learn how to make money because that was the way you got your spending money. You'd go out and sell things. And I remember you were always looking for a way to make money. But you always found a way somehow. You'd sell anything you could get your hands on. And it seemed like you always had money because you knew how to go out and sell. And after you graduated from the grade school, which was Blaine's school that you attended on 33rd South, then you started going over to Granite High. And you were really active in your school life there because you participated in the plays and shows and things they had. You did some stagehand work, and I think you probably did some work in some of their musicals. And one big event that I thought was one of the most important in your life was when you went up and sang the tabernacle with the tabernacle choir and the organ, a solo, because you had a good voice and you were picked to do this because you were a good singer. And I was really proud of that event in your life. Something I think that you should always remember as being a great time. And you received a lot of praise for the good work you did in singing with the tabernacle choir, that solo. Don't shut off a minute now. I always admired about you, Theron, was your sense of humor. And the whole family always enjoyed your sense of humor because you brought a lot of fun into our lives. And if anybody was depressed, you were always willing to bring some fun into our lives and have a joke or a trick or something to play on people so that the depression didn't last. You were always fun to have around because we knew that you were going to be making everybody feel good no matter what the situation. So I've always admired your sense of humor, and it's always been fun to be around you. And I'm sure that the rest of the family has enjoyed that characteristic about you too. One of the most important things that has impressed me about your life is your faith in God and the way you've conducted your life and the way you participated in your church duties as a young man and the way you've developed over the years into a fine man who trusts in God and your belief in your religion The way you've conducted your life has been an example to all those all around you. And you've been an example to me. And I also feel really good the kind of brother you've been to me, because when there's been times when I've been down in my life, especially when my husband was in the service and I was alone with 2 little children, one of them being sick, and I had all this responsibility and worry on my mind, you volunteered to come to my house and babysit with the children so that I could get out for a little relaxation once in a while. And you were always the one that would call up on the phone and ask me how I was doing and cheer me up, so that I wouldn't be as depressed or down because of my situation. And I want you to know that I thank you and admire you for taking an interest in me at that time when I needed someone. I feel like your life has been an example to others, and that you've made a good life for yourself and all those around you. I have a lot of memories of you that I won't be able to state all of them at this time, but all my memories of you have been good ones, and I do appreciate all the time you've spent with me in your life and the good things you've done for me and with me. I remember when you went in the service and you spent your time down in Arizona. We all missed you, and we were happy to see you back again. I was especially happy when you came home and married Jean. I thought that was a beautiful time in your life, and you made a lovely couple. And that's why I let you come over to my house for a honeymoon, because I thought it was lovely the way you two got married. So I thought it was really beautiful the way you started your marriage, you and Jean. And I was happy that you did have your first night in our home, because you didn't have a place to go right then. And I think that you and Jean have built a beautiful family life together. You have a bunch of very fine children. I've enjoyed their company. I think they're all good people, and it's really fun to be acquainted with you and your family. I feel like that your family has all been an example to others. They're all strong in character and personality. They're all talented. I think you've done a beautiful job raising your family. And more power to you. I think that others could take a lot of lessons from you and your family. So it's been real fun to watch your life from the day you were born until now. And I'm really proud to be a part of your life, because life's too short for the whole family when we say that we all love you and admire you and wish you many more happy birthdays. I understand it's your goal to live to be 100, and I hope and pray that you can. I would like to be around to see you be 100, because I would be 110. But in case I'm not here, I hope you reach your goal. And I think you can, because our grandfathers both lived to be in their 90s, especially Grandfather Asbury, who lived to be 97 years old. If he'd have hung on for 2 or 3 more years, why, he would have made it to 100. So you just keep up your good work, all your ambition, and the things you're doing in your life, and keep going till you're 100. You'll make it. So I want to wish you happy birthday and many more. And I'm sure that the rest of the family all wishes you the same. One person in your life that remembers your entire life from the day you were born, I can honestly say I'm very proud of the accomplishments that you and your family have made in their life. And I want to say that I do love you very much.
Here you are, Dad, at I don't know, I would say about 2 or 3 years old. Can't believe how long you're here. It's really nice to have a little picture like this. Here's another picture of you on top. I guess that's your brother George, your on. And then that's your oldest brother Frank. Is that right? do believe from left to right. That's Ruth, you, George, and Frank. Is that right? What are those mountains in the background? Is that Salt Lake? And I think this is Ruth again here. And you, kind of cowboy outfit.
Him as a child, as a baby, you know, a little toddler, and then this is my most favorite picture of him as a young boy, and then that one where he's autographed it. It's my most favorite one of him as a grown-up person. Have you got a picture of them on their wedding day?
If I remember correctly, she said this was your graduation picture. Is that right? And here you are with Mother. I guess you're what, 20, 21?
First time I remember Theron or knew about him is I knew about their family because my kids, I was in the carnival and I was meeting the wrong kind of kids. So I decided that I wanted to find a family that believed a little bit like we did. So I got acquainted with his father. I took my kids out to meet him. And then there and then found out I had some little cars, and he'd come up there on State Street about 23rd South. He was one of my best customers to ride them little cars. And that's where my kids met him, and later on he was called into the service, and I don't remember just how Gene got to meet him, but anyway, he was down there in the service in Phoenix, working in the airplanes and guiding the airplanes in. And I can't remember whether Gene married him and went down there or just how it was, but anyway, that's the first I had anything to do with him. And then he used to come out and see the family out in Rose Park. And then his brother George, him and Ruby got together. So he married a couple of my girls in the family. And that's about how I can remember how we got started to knowing the family. So that's about all I could tell you. It seemed like it's from then on why we become pretty good friends. The more we knew one another, why friendlier we got. And later on we moved over to Seattle, Washington, out to Bothell, Washington. And I think Theron got out of the service, and I think he came out there to visit for a while. And George, and he got out of the service, so he came up there and began to live up in Bothell, Washington. And then later on, he went and bought him a home up there. He finally moved back here to Salt Lake. When we were guided to move down to Orem. And it seemed like Theron was in the selling business, and finally he went to Idaho and set up his business of advertising and selling advertising equipment. And that's all I knew about Theron, was from selling advertising materials all over. and kind of worked in the potato business. I built a potato seed cutter, and so him and Gene and that, they go out and cut potatoes some. And I kept building a better machine. Finally, I built 8 different machines before I got what I really wanted. And Theron still stayed in the advertising business. And then Viola lived down in Orem. I lived up here as Luella, and here in Salt Lake. Later on, Luella got sick and died, so then Viola moved up here in Salt Lake. And we went over here to Eileen so that Viola would have some company. And that's about the way that things had worked out. So that's about all I could tell you. So I'll leave it up to somebody else to tell you what they know about what went on.
Hello there, Roy Peterson here. Today is the 30th of January 1983. I hear it's your birthday Saturday. I guess you'll be 35, huh? How old will Theron be?
51.
51? Oh, yeah, we're all getting older. Anyway, I have a lot of fond memories about some of the things Theron used to do. I remember, I don't think I really knew him the first time that I knew the Pollards. We went with Henry Minky and Ray, and we went out to Bingham Copper one time, and as we went under the underpass at 33rd South, and there's a little store there that had Dr. Pepper, 24 case bottle for, I think it was $1 or $1.20. And so anyways, a nickel a bottle or something like that, or 99 cents a case, I think it was, for 24 bottles. But then later on I found out that that was his dad that had that store, and I guess Theron was probably in there, and that they ran the theater. And then when Theron started dating Jean, and he was in the service in the Air Force, and one time he went skiing with Will Theron and Paul and myself and Ray, and the last time down the hill, he said, this will be the last time. They decided to go one more time. So he went, they said, we'll go one more time, this is the last time down the hill. So he's going really fast, and he tipped over and ran a ski pole through his leg. And he had to drive and get down to Luke Air Force Base the next day, or had to leave that night, and so it was kind of a problem. And then, like Dad was saying, he went up to Washington and a few things like that, but I won't talk about all those things. In fact, main thing I want to say to you is, last year, you said, man, I'm going to change my life. 1982. You said, man, I am going to change. I'm a new man. And I thought, well, that sounds good. You know, that's really good. Theron's going to change. He's really going to accomplish something. He's really going to do something. And I thought, that's great. Fantastic. And almost every time I see you, then you talk about something. Boy, you're just really going to do something. You're just really going to do something, make the world better. And lately, you meet with you, and it just seems like you forgot all about that. I mean, not that you forgot about it, but you just don't mention it anymore. So I just say to you, if this is any encouragement to you, if I can be any encouragement to you, I think that the way you're talking, a lot of things you're saying is important, and I think you ought to write about it and do something about it, because that's the way life is. When a person goes through something, they say, well, I want to improve the world, and I want to help other people, so they do something about it. So I just hope you, wish you a happy birthday and hope you follow through with your good ideas.
Got it turned on now.
Yeah.
Well, the first time I saw Theron, seemed like he was some kind of foreigner. I can remember him coming in with a south door. He had one of these little silly hats on. He come in to get Jean to go take her on a date. And he, howdy, kind of something different, strange, a little different than what we was used to. I thought, boy, that guy, he sure is some kind of foreigner. He was dark, hair dark, It seemed like he was a Greek kind of. Of course, when he started going with Jean, then he couldn't hardly wait to get married. He wanted to wait a while, but his dad was anxious for him to get married. I guess he was really concerned about his boy being in the service. And I forget how long they went together, but he got married in June while he was in the service down in Arizona. So they moved down there, and of course they have enjoyed him, and he's been a real worker. Really tried to make a business going, trying to get his something for his children. He knew that was the main thing in life.
I guess it's on with
He's been quite a worker all of his life. So, I'd like to tell you happy birthday, Theron. Glad you're in her.
Happy birthday, Dad. Hi. I appreciate all the things that you do for me. I want to learn how to play the violin, and I love it.
See, I understand that it's your birthday on Saturday, and I'd like to wish you a happy birthday. One thing I can't figure out is how you always get from Idaho down to Salt Lake every week. It would be hard on you. Well, I'm glad you're my dad and appreciate you.
That's 35 years, and Rome fell in 34 years after that.
I love you a lot, and I wish we could spend some more time together and do more things. And I want to celebrate your 100th birthday with you.
Hi, Dad. I sure think we're calling you Dad, but that's what you mean to me. And I think we should call it you more. I'll never forget the time I was in a coma and he was rushing me to the hospital. And I was in there. I can just remember it really vaguely, but I remember opening my eyes and seeing everyone standing around. And I was so happy to see everybody. And then he took me home, and I was just so happy to be home. I wish you a happy birthday, 51st birthday to be exact. And I hope that you have 50 more of this. And we really need you. And I appreciate you a lot. And I love you.
Hi there. I didn't know it was your birthday.
until somebody told me. Never have known it when it is. It's in February 6th. All right? 5th? Oh, something like that. Nobody ever told me when your birthday was. So, just like to wish you happy birthday and tell you I appreciate everything you've done for me. And I hope you have many more birthdays.
Happy birthday. You're 51 this year, I guess, huh? Here is 1 month old Holly, who wants to say happy birthday too. And Kent says happy birthday. He's home studying. And we just want to say that we are really proud that you are our grandfather and father. And that we hope you last at least another 51 years. So you'll be around to toss up all our kids into the air and do tricks with them, and they can know the joy of having their grandpa around. Seems like the more you learn in life, the more you realize how thankful you are that you got such wonderful teachings from your parents, and that you had such a good father. When you meet so many people who are so disadvantaged because they didn't have as good a father as I did, didn't provide them with the teachings that I got that helped me to make the right kind of decisions. She wanted to put her 2 cents in. I wanted to tell a story that I remember. It's not really a story, it's just something I remember about you, and I'll probably remember for the rest of my life, because it really is affecting the way my life's turning out. And maybe it isn't so important, but it kind of is to me. It's one of the neatest memories I have, and I remember the first day we got our piano. We went to the lady's house and brought the piano home, and I remember you were so excited about it, and you come and set me on your knee. I couldn't have been more than 7 or 8 years old. And you told me that your big dream was that you would have a son or a daughter that could play the piano really pretty. And it seems like from that day on, that was my only driving desire. I wanted to be that daughter or son that could play the piano for you so pretty. And now the piano is one of my greatest joys, and I hope that throughout the years it can still be one to you. I just wanted to remind you of that, because hopefully I've been able to fulfill that desire. Happy birthday. I just realized as I was taking off that I forgot to say the very most important thing. And that is that I love you.
Hi, Theron. My birthday. I'm thinking back to the first birthday that I remember spending with you as a family. And I just remember that Jean was really excited about making you a heart-shaped birthday cake. And we made frosting out of whipping cream. And I just remember the enthusiasm that she had in wanting to make it for you, to surprise you. And I shared in that enthusiasm with her. Thought it was real neat. She cared so much to want to make that special cake for you 21 years ago. And then I was thinking back about the man that I remembered after I saw him when he was excommunicated from the church. The spiritual man that I saw come alive there, but just didn't really come alive until that time. And I have those memories.
that made me feel good inside to know that that ran could surface and it does surface. On occasion. It makes me realize that you really are that kind of man. And we missed you this weekend. It's surprising how much one little weekend of you not turning down has made a difference to all the kids have noticed it. Natty, me. It's more noticeable than you'd think. I hope that this tape means a lot to you, because I know that the person that wanted to make it for you wanted it to be meaningful to you and to help you to get insight to how we all really do feel. And I think it's been fun and interesting to see what Dennis has said. And I want to wish you happy birthday, and hope you have many more. And know that sometimes the real deep feelings that we have get covered over, and we live on surface feelings, and it takes
what's the price on
certain happenings to bring those deep inner feelings forth that never get said. So thanks for being you.
Well, happy birthday from Dave. Really happy we're doing this tape for you. It's about time somebody put something together to let you know how much we care about you. Been a great dad, and done a lot for all of us. Through your efforts, we're all able to still be together, even though we're older and hopefully much wiser. And I want you to know we really appreciate that. We just got back from Denver today from the Rocky Mountain Regional Seminar and the RAP-V workshop, and we had a good time. Appreciate being able to go along. I always learn a lot going with you. You teach me the finer arts of scarfing, and you know, that's kind of fun to be able to watch and see how it's done by a pro. But I know what your objectives are, and I know it's all in the name of good, so it's okay. Even though I give you a hard time about it. But my family is here with me, and we're all going to say something to you, and so I'm the one who started off first. But once again, happy birthday, and thank you for a good trip to Denver, and thanks for all the memories I have, and appreciate the help you've given me in my life. And I know it's not said too often around here, but I do love you very much, and happy you're my dad. Okay, I'll get Kevin, so see you.
Say happy birthday,
Happy birthday,
Grandpa.
Grandpa.
Happy birthday, Grandpa. Happy birthday. I don't know what I'm supposed to say. Other than we want to thank you for the fun trip that we've just had with you going to Denver and the fun experience that was. And I want you to know that as I think of you as a father-in-law and as a grandfather to my children, just a minute, honey. I appreciate your ambition as a person and the integrity you have, and your. As I look at the things you've accomplished in your life, I admire you and respect you so much for all the things you've accomplished and the man that you are and the ideals that you have and the thoughts that you think and the things that you teach your children. And I'm especially grateful to you for being such a good father in raising your children. And I'll be forever grateful for the things that you taught my David, and how, to me, you made him the man that he is. You and your wife, the things that you've taught him, and that's the proof is always in the product. And when I look at the product in my husband David, then the proof to me is that you were a wonderful father. And I know you're a wonderful father-in-law and grandfather to my children, and I'm grateful for that, and I want you to know that I love you, and I want you to have a happy birthday. And that's all.
Happy birthday, Grandpa.
Say it again.
Happy birthday, Grandpa.
I love you.
I love you.
Say it again. I love you.
I love you.
Happy birthday to you.
Happy
birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Grandpa. Happy birthday to you.
Yay!
Now say happy birthday, Grandpa.
Happy birthday, Grandpa.
Tell him that you love him.
I love you, Grandpa.
Okay, now Derek, you tell Grandpa you love him and happy birthday.
I happy birthday.
Okay. Derek, happy birthday, Dad. I want to take and say something on your 51st birthday. I want to let you know that I love you very much, and that I have really missed being able to work with you and being able to be part of this family. And I think that when I move back to Austin to live with my husband, I'm really going to miss you a lot. I'll really miss all those mother and father talks we used to have. Those dates we went on to, remember back when I was in Mutual and they'd have mother and daughter dates, daddy-daughter functions and things like that, and you would go with me, even though you really didn't have the time. It really meant a lot to me. And I want to take and tell you that I know that as I was growing up, that I really put you through a lot of worries and a lot of ill feelings. But I want you to know that I'm really sorry if I hurt your feelings in any way. And that you've really been a good example to me. And I'm really thankful to be your daughter. And I just want to thank you for all the love and support you've given me since I've gotten married. And I just really appreciate you. And I really care for you, care for all the things you've done for us. Words can't say. If there's anything I can ever do for you or Mom, just let me know, and if it's in my power, I'll see that it gets done. I love you, Dad. I know that if David was here, he would also take and tell you that he loves you, because he does. It was hard for him to take and be able to separate the father-in-law from the boss. And I know he really cares for you. And I wish he could be here, and I wish he could be happy, close to my family, but we have to go where he says. So that's all I've got to say. I love you, Dad.
Hi, Theron. I guess you're having a wonderful birthday, so I just wanted to say a few things. Like the first time I met you, I thought I'd tell you about that, because I remember it so well. It was a cold winter day when I came in for a job interview at TP Advertising. I don't mean to laugh, but you were such a hard taskmaster. You wanted to know everything I could do, if I was going to be good for the company, and I wondered then what kind of a father-in-law you'd make. But although I thought you were a little hard on me, I decided that you made up for it when you were very nice when I worked there. I'm glad I married Don. Well, of course I'm glad I married Don, but I'm glad Don had the family he has, because I really like this family. And one of the things I'm most impressed about with you is that as you grow older, you seem to be able to improve yourself, and you don't stagnate and keep the same old bad habits, but you're always continuously trying to improve yourself, and I really appreciate the example you set for all of us. So in 1983, I'm going to wish you a wonderful birthday and hope you have a lot more. Say it. Say it. Say hi, Grandpa.
Go.
Hi, Grandpa. Happy birthday.
Okay, sing me the song.
Nah, I don't want to sing my song.
You can sing any song you want. What do you want to sing?
Just only ABC.
Okay, sing. Sing to
A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, Z. Now I know my ABCs. Next time won't you come and sing with me?
Good. Brookie, sing uno, dos, tres, Mom, help you. Okay, help you. Ready? Put your fingers out. We're going to sing a song in Spanish. Ready? Go. Uno, dos, tres, cuatro, cinco, seis, siete, ocho, nueve, diez. Good. Should we sing I'm So Glad when Grandpa comes? Or... Hey, Drew, let's sing It's Always Fun When Grandpa Comes.
No.
Happy birthday, Grandpa. Goodbye. Say it, Brooke.
Happy birthday. Goodbye, Grandpa.
Okay, Brookie, now you say Happy birthday, Grandpa. Goodbye. Say it loud, so good.
Happy birthday. Goodbye.
P.S. Theron, I wanted to tell you that I think you're cute and I love you.
Don, run.
Oh, sorry. Well, hi, Dad. I guess you know I'm your number 3 child, second son. And, sorry about the card trick. I was going to do a trick, but I couldn't figure out what to do on it. So, anyway, I just wanted to wish you a happy birthday. And, like I said, you know, something I remember, and what I can remember is about the time, a couple times
that you helped me on projects that I started when I was just younger. But I can remember thinking that a pair of pliers would fix just about anything, including my bike. And I used to just go out a pair of pliers on my bike and always strip out the nuts and everything. And then you'd have to send me over to Western Auto and get some more. But finally taught me how to fix it and do it on my own, so now I guess I'm thankful for being able to be handy with a wrench, but not before you told me a plier wasn't just a pair of pliers to fix anything. And I really enjoyed the days when we used to go to the ballpark with Dee and Dave and Debbie and play 500, and it seems like he was always trying to hit it over our head or something. I remember those days real well. But anyway, just want to wish you the luck and success, and hope that we all can work together and help the business to get better, and we all can stay together in it. I know you've worked hard for it, and well, anyway, I just want to thank you again for all those memorable times that we had, and that I really do love you as my father, and hope that we can have some good times again someday. And just that always be aces with me.
Hi, Dad. You too. Wanted to wish you a happy birthday as usual. Tell you how much I've learned to love you. Seems like in the past 6 months I've grown closer to you, and I've also grown apart from you with all that's been happening in our lives. But the most special time to me was a few months ago when you came over to our house to really give me support for a very trying time in my life. And I want to thank you for it, because it really meant a lot to me, and I could really tell how much you really do love me and care about me. And I feel like I've disappointed you in a lot of ways, or a lot of people in a lot of ways, because I don't know, but I want you to know I'm really not that as bad as I may seem to be. And it's been a really trying time in my life. But you're very special father-in-law, and you mean a lot to me. And I'm proud to have you as a father-in-law. Happy birthday. I love you. Say hi, Grandpa. Hi.
Hi.
Happy birthday, Grandpa.
Happy birthday, Grandpa.
Say bye-bye.
Bye. Bye-bye.
Yeah.
Well, happy birthday, Dad. I want you to know how much I appreciate you and how much you mean to me. In making this tape, I learned an awful lot about you. One of the biggest things I learned is that everybody loves you, and everybody has a lot of respect for you and appreciates you a lot. I want you to know that I do appreciate you and appreciate everything you've done for me. Me and my family, Crystal and Mary. I really want to thank you for everything you've done to help us. So, in thinking back of years gone by, I remember so many wonderful things that you did with us, and still do. But things like ping pong games, that really sticks out in my mind a lot. I had a lot of fun playing ping pong with you. Even though I didn't win, I still had a lot of fun. I think I beat you once. I think. Another thing that I remember is when I got my brick in drama. You were teary-eyed and you were pretty excited. And gave me a big hug and told me you're really proud of me. And I don't think I'll ever forget that. That really meant a lot to me. And every time I look at that brick in Pocatello High School, that's what I think about, is how much it meant to you. I thought that was a very special time. Well, you're a wonderful father, and I'm proud to have you as a father. And you're a wonderful friend. I really do mean that. The love I feel for you cannot be expressed on a videotape. I don't know how to express it for that matter. I just want you to know that I really do appreciate you. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Dad. Some of the things that I remember about you when I was little are one time you took out some time from the office and went to a daddy-daughter dance with me, and that was one of the most special things that we ever did together that I remember. And that was just a night that I'll always remember you that special way. And I remember you playing hide and seek with Dusty and I. I know we had to really work hard to get you to come over to the house and play, but when we finally did get you to come over and play, it was a lot of fun. I know that you always knew where we were, but you'd pretend that you didn't. I really love you and appreciate everything that you've done for me and support that you've given me and Richard since we've been married, and I want you to know that you'll always be the most special man to me. Love you. Say hi, Grandpa. Say hi. Say hi. Hi. Say hi. Say Grandpa. Say Grandpa. Say Grandpa.
Papa.
Grandpa. Say hi, Grandpa. Say hi, Grandpa. Wave bye-bye. Wave bye-bye. Wave bye-bye. Wave bye. Wave bye-bye. Bye-bye. I think he's shy.
Happy birthday. First of all, I want to say that we've had some good times and some bad times, and I want to thank you first of having such a wonderful daughter that I could be able to live my life with, and I hope that in the days to come I can be able to have the self-drive that you've had in your business life, be able to be organized like you, and be able to raise a family like you have. On first impressions, I don't think I've ever seen a family that's been more unified, as large as it is, as yours. And I think it's really neat. So I just hope that maybe in the future I can be able to work my business life on the idea of hard work and self-drive and motivation. And I want to thank you for your example that you set for us, for myself and for my wife and for my family. Thanks.
Well, happy birthday to you. Oh, never mind that stuff. Well, happy birthday, and happy 51. Well, since I'm the youngest, I'm the last, almost. There's still mom. But tell you one of the things I remember is playing hide and go seek with you. I always hide in the little hole in the wall over here and stuff like that. And I finally figured out your secret. What you would do is you would go over in the office, type up a couple orders, and you'd come back and hide in a real simple spot so I could find you. Then it'd be my turn. You'd really find me easy. And then when it's your turn, you'd go back over the office, and et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So, well, I love you. I appreciate you for everything you've taught me. And I hope you'll live at least another 51 years. And I challenge you to a game of ping pong, boy.
Stop. Okay, happy birthday, Theron. I'm really thankful that I'm able to be here on your 51st birthday. I want you to know how much I have appreciated you and for being able to spend this many years with you. I hope that you'll be able to live to be 100 the way you have told us all that you want to do. A few things that I remember about you especially, and one of them is your saying that you always say, what we don't do today, we'll have to do tomorrow, along with the things that we have to do today. I don't think I got that right, but anyway, I never got it right when you used to tell me before. And the other motto, which I really like, which I hope you always live by, and that one is, be good yourself and help others be good. And if you'll always remember that, and along with the rest of us, this would really be a great world to live in. I truly hope that you have a great birthday and that all your birthdays will be one you can remember. And like I said, in fact, when you're 100 years old, I hope you can sit down and look back on this tape and see how we've all changed and the things that has taken place in your life. I just want to say I really love you and I appreciate you, and for the wonderful family which I have been blessed with. Happy birthday. Be good.
Thank you very much for joining us, and see you later.